What's up, everybody? This is the GoCast. I am CW, and as you can see, it's just me right now. Big Nige cannot make it tonight, and Sports Talk, I haven't heard back from him. He said he was going to be on, but I'm not sure if something is going on. You know, he's got a crazy schedule and all that. So for right now, it is me. So I hope I don't chase you off. If it's going to just be me, this is going to be a very short episode. We just wanted to keep and maintain our same schedule. So I didn't want to push it back, or I didn't want to change it, even though it will be changing at some point soon. We'll discuss that at a later time. But once again, I'm CW, and I'm the one that's always right. So, you know, you're going to get some good information if I'm here. So, and also I will open it up if you guys want to come in. If you come in here and you see the link, please feel free to join me because, you know, I'm doing it by myself right now, but anyone's welcome to come on, and you'll get the gist of what we got going on. So the first week of the NBA is in the books. Some surprises, some teams that we thought were going to be exceptional are not really good this season so far. And some teams that we expected to not be that great have, you know, they've done pretty well so far. So we're going to go through some of that, some surprises, disappointments of the first week. But we're going to start with the one thing a lot of people have been talking about, D Wade statue. And man, let me pull it up. This is the statue that Miami unveiled for their Hall of Famer, their Finals MVP, three-time champion, Dwayne Wade. And man, it's been the focus of many memes in the last couple of days. And I kind of feel bad for D Wade because he seems like a pretty good guy. And the fact that when they open that or pull that cover over it, and that's what he saw, is just, I don't want to say it's sad, but it's just crazy, man. They tried. I don't even know if they tried. You know, he's got those chipmunk cheeks and all that. So it was already going to be a little hard to do his face, especially with him, you know, yelling with his mouth open. To really capture the essence of D Wade is going to be a difficult task, but they didn't do the greatest job to me. And if you're a 80s baby like me, this looks a lot like this guy to me. We got What's up, Sports Talk? Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just going over the D Wade statue. To me, it kind of looks like my man from Maniac Cop. That's an old movie for you young guys. You probably have no idea what that is, but it's a old 80s, I think early 90s movie. Yeah, so you got any thoughts on the D Wade statue that was unveiled a couple of days ago?
Nah, not really. It just looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Definitely don't look like him at all. But you know, it's good that they shown him appreciation. But they ruining all the statues. I mean, they did one with Kobe, and it like yeah, they just need to hire some new people or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
The AI one was small, so it was like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. I
yeah,
don't know who they got to be doing these statues with. I wouldn't say it's disrespectful, but like, damn, man.
yeah, that one was pretty rough. So yes, Zeno Knight, it is a L for that D Wade statue. So we're going, you know, Big Nige was supposed to kind of spearhead this week's show, and he's not going to be here tonight. So I'm going to do some of his topics, and we can just, you know, if you guys want to come in, if you want to, you know, just talk about what's going on so far in the NBA, feel free to. I put the link in the chat, so if you want to hop on, we'll let you on. The biggest one of the bigger topics is the Denver Nuggets, and they've started this season 1-2. Many had them at the top or near the top of the Western Conference. Right now, they're 1-2, struggled much against the Toronto Raptors, but they play tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. So, what you think about the Nuggets? Are they in trouble? Is this roster just not good? And Jokic is going to have to do a heavy carry job this year. What you think about the Denver Nuggets so far?
By trouble, do you mean like are they not going to be what they were, or
Like, are they going to be, I guess, a Western Conference bottom feeder? Are they a team that's
oh
going to have to fight tooth and nail every game and just to possibly get into that play-in range or, lower rung of the Western Conference?
I would give it some time first. I think they might be a maybe a top 6 seed. Just got to give it some time first. With Jamal Murray being sidelined and the pieces they lost, I don't think they're going to be like necessarily contenders, but I think they could make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of content creators out there talking, putting a death nail in a lot of teams, and it's only some of them teams have only played 3 games, so it's way too
Yeah,
early to say,
it's yeah.
yeah, to say that this team is on the decline or this team has no chance.
I
I just
wouldn't
think. What's
I
up?
wouldn't say that they're in trouble, but if the question is like are they going to be like in the Western Conference Finals or something like that, I'm definitely saying no to that. Like I don't think they could make a deep playoff run anymore. I think that time has passed. Like Jokic is, I think he's either the best or second best in the world, obviously, but I don't think he has enough around him to you know we're not talking about guys that like at the top of their game, like where they could just carry a team. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, Jokic ain't great, but he can't carry a team like some of the all-time greats can in that way. So I
Yeah,
don't see him, making them or taking them past the second round or even past the first round, really.
yeah. I mean, we got to think about this. The Denver Nuggets have only one All Star. How many championship teams? I mean, of course, they won a championship, so they are one of those teams that have had just one true All Star and then a good supporting cast. But when that supporting cast kind of certain players decline, then that hurts the whole team. And I don't think Reggie Jackson was a huge help for him. He was a help, some help. But Russell Westbrook replacing him before last night, he was shooting 11%.
I was
That's
just
god
gonna
awful.
mention that too. Just adding Rushbrook to that team, I think that hurts more than helps too, because it's like I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
and then he's been on how many different teams the past few years, and then you talk about when he was on the Lakers, everybody was blaming LeBron. Then he went to the Clippers, kind of the same thing ended up happening. Now he going to Nuggets. That you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, yeah. Like I just think it doesn't really help them to have Westbrook, And then like I said, Jamal Murray is sidelined. I don't necessarily
Yeah.
think he's going to come back the same either. So
Yeah,
I don't really
he's
see them making any noise.
yeah, he's well actually he's playing. He played last night.
He
But
did,
he just hasn't been the same Jamal Murray since, even in the playoff series against the Lakers, he wasn't the Jamal Murray we knew in 2023. So I don't know what's happened to him. He's just been
yeah,
sidelined. I guess his injuries racking up, but he's just not been consistent at all. And Russ, if he plays with either Murray or Jokic on the floor, I think he'll be okay. He can't spot. He's not a spot up shooter, but he can get to the basket. So he's a guy that can dive to the basket. Jokic can dump it down to him, and he should be able to finish at the rim. I've got plenty of clips of him not being able to, but hopefully he can fix that. But I thought he'd actually be a plus for him because of the energy, because they're kind of sometimes a lethargic team. They're not high energy like some of the other teams, but nah, he just is right now. It's like oil and water, and they just do not. He doesn't work with that second unit at all. And if they can somehow figure out a way to mesh him in with some of the starters and maximize what he can do, maybe. But this is looking like a bust. I don't know if he'll last until Trade deadline, I think they may waive him at some point because it's just not working. They're not paying him that much, so it's not going to hurt him. But yeah, I think he's not going to be a Denver Nugget for long if he continues what he's been doing. We'll see what they do tonight against Brooklyn. But let's talk about so far the surprising teams because there's and I'm gonna give mine. I'm gonna let I'll go first on this one. As far as my most surprising team, I'll start with mine. Um, the Los Angeles Lakers. They made me. I have to eat crow because I did a whole video saying that I didn't think they were serious about this season. I felt like this was just a photo op for LeBron and Bronny. They were going to just milk that, and that was going to be their season. It was just going to be the first father son duo, and they would be an okay team. They probably would be where they were last year, a play-in team, but they wouldn't be anything for any team to fear. They didn't make any moves over the summer. The biggest thing they had to talk about was Bronny, the 55th pick, but that team it can be a beast. And I think that JJ Redick or whoever came up with the idea to let AD being the number one option and then let kind of LeBron rest throughout the first three quarters and then maybe unleash him in the fourth quarter is something I didn't think they would do. And the fact that they've started to do that is dangerous for teams. And plus them actually getting on the boards. Like they are ferocious in getting offensive rebounds. And that's a recipe for winning. And many have noted that the Western Conference has kind of, other than maybe two or three teams, is kind of, they're declining. So the Lakers picking it up at the right time. They have a pretty young team. Anthony Davis is, knock on wood, healthy right now. LeBron is able to not have to do so much and carry a whole lot of load and defer to Anthony Davis. That team has surprised me because I didn't think they would. Their first three games, I thought they would definitely lose. I didn't think there was any way for them to win, but them beating those teams pretty handily, coming back from that deficit against the Phoenix Suns and beating what I think is a solid Kings team, man. So I got to give my kudos and eat crow for hating on the Lakers. So who's your most surprising team so far? With we only have a handful of games, but who's your most surprising team so far?
Are you going good or bad? It got to be good or bad, or it don't matter.
Because we're going to do disappointing, so
Okay.
I guess it's good.
Okay. I think maybe so far I would probably say OKC.
So you're
They've looked
surprised?
pretty good, and I think that this year I think they can make a deep playoff run, probably in the Western Conference Finals. They're pretty young, and didn't they lose to Dallas last year in like 6 games or
Yeah,
something like
in
that?
the second round,
Okay, so I think they got a little more experience this year. Um, I think they might be a little more prepared, and they look good so far. Especially what's the 7 footer's name?
Chet
Holmgren.
Chet
Yeah, yeah,
Holmgren, yeah.
yeah. I think he like blocked Jokic, stepped it on him, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be a good team, and actually that's really my favorite team. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay. Well,
it's
yeah,
been my
they
favorite
look.
team since
Yeah.
KD, since 2012. So
Okay. Yeah, they have a great core. They don't even have a full team. They don't have Hartenstein yet. He's hurt. Um. So yeah, Chet has played phenomenal. He's played super aggressive, which I was surprised to see. But yeah, he's going to be a problem, and OKC is going to be a problem. I think they'll get to the top of the West. I don't know how long they'll stay there. But right now, like I said, all the other Western Conference teams seem to be declining, other than the Lakers. I mean, I realistically see the Lakers stealing or getting into that one or two spot because the other teams just aren't putting it together, and they actually seem like they have a plan for this season so far, and it's working. And they have two of the top players, top 10, 11 players in the league, and they're both playing at top level. So,
and they
uh,
and I think they started 0-6 last year or something like that.
who are the Lakers? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
Lakers.
so they're now what 3-1. I think they lost last night, but I
Yeah.
mean, they barely lost to Phoenix. They were up, I think, in the third quarter. So yeah, they're turning the corner, and maybe I have to give JJ Redick some props. So maybe
Oh no,
he's
you definitely do. Cause like I know if this was Darvin Ham, man, and I was hearing all last year how bad Ham was, right? But like a lot of times I wasn't watching the games or but like when you see the coaching difference is night and day. I
yeah.
mean, it's Darvin Ham was just playing horrible. Like I was watching something the other like a few hours ago maybe, and it was like showing like when they get in the huddles and they do the little speeches. Like, have you seen what he was saying?
Yeah, I saw the one.
He
I think
was
you're
like,
talking
"Go
about.
hard on them dudes, salute." Like what? And then he couldn't even write a play or something like that. I was
Yeah,
like, dude,
he just scribbled something or wrote something down like a message to him. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah, they,
like even
yeah,
even like when you go on a run or when another team goes on a run, him not calling timeouts and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
JJ Redick, he be calling timeouts at the right time, making the right substitutions. So they look
yeah,
pretty good so far.
yeah. Arvingham had some odd substitutions that he would play into the ground that just weren't working for them. So I guess JJ Redick is a solid coach. I have my doubts, but he's proven me wrong so far. We're not even 5 games in, but so far so good for them. So as a surprising player so far, which like I said is very slim pickings as far as games, is Julius Randle. He's actually been other than the first game against the Lakers, he's been really solid for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's been a viable second option, which I didn't think he would be or could be, along with Ant-Man. I didn't think he would uh, like he has. He had a pretty pedestrian showing against the Lakers, but since then he's averaging over, I think, close to 25, something like that, and he's picked up the slack offensively. He leaves something to be desired. Defensively, I think they miss Cat for that. Surprising to say for Cat being a defender, but Julius Randle against the Lakers, he was just sitting there watching players just put up layups and dunks, and they had many replays of him just ball watching, and that's not going to win any games for that Minnesota Timberwolves team. So he's got to get better there, but he's actually been pretty decent, and is playing at an all-star level early with a very new team to him. So kudos to Julius Randle. Big Nige is a big hater on him, so I had to give him props just to rub it in Big Nige's face. So who who is your most surprising player so far in this
Mm,
early NBA season?
I don't think I have one at this point.
So no players has really caught your eye and
Nah,
been
not necessarily right now.
okay.
I haven't. First of all, it ain't been a lot of games. And second, I kind
Exactly.
of ain't really been caught up on any games. I've seen
Yeah,
like two or
some of them
something
are
like
hard to
that.
catch. Uh, and so we're going to switch over to the most disappointing. I'll let you start. Who was your most, if you have one, who's your most disappointing team right now after the first couple of games so far?
Okay, I don't have a most disappointing player. I do have a most disappointing team.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks because with Giannis, who I believe is either second best or the best player in the world, depending on how you look at it. He was sidelined last year, so he's a top two player.
Mhm.
With him, and then having a Damian Lillard on that team, I don't think that there's any reason they should be starting off the way that they're starting off. And honestly, I thought if because didn't Giannis, Damian Lillard, and Chris Middleton get injured last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, they one of the other would be, well, Giannis wasn't there at all. I think Dame would play a game and then be
Yeah,
hurt,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I, I
Middleton
honestly,
play.
I honestly thought if they were healthy last year, they would have, got to the finals just
Ooh,
based off of that rush construction and all that. And Giannis been in his prime. He should have. I thought, he should have been able to take that team, but obviously he wasn't there. But anyways, the point I'm making is, him being a top two player in the world and having Damian Lillard there, they kind of been disappointing. I'm
Very.
gonna be honest. Like they hold, and I don't mean to bring up LeBron, but they hold guys when you're the best in the world. They don't hold them to that same standard. Like if this was LeBron with Damian Lillard, we would be like, man, what you supposed to get to the finals at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know he was sidelined, but that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be starting like this, in my opinion.
Nah, because
And
that's
and then plus you got to look at it this like this too. They got Darvin Ham as an assistant coach, if I'm not mistaken. They got
yeah.
Darvin Ham and they got Doc Rivers, who I guess he's
Mm,
notorious for blowing 3-1 leads. So I don't, I think I ain't gonna say I'm not a big coaching guy, but like, coaching does matter.
hmm
And I think, I think that the Bucks have the talent,
hmm
right? If they could be healthy, like with Giannis, a Damian Lillard, and a Chris Middleton, they could definitely make some noise in the East, right? And I think they would have the potential to get to the finals, or at least the conference finals. But with that coaching, I don't think that they're gonna make any noise. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be honest.
Well, I don't see Doc making it past the in-season tournament if this continues. But I'll say last night wasn't his fault. They just flat out sucked towards the end against the Boston Celtics, they've been on a tear, but they didn't look the greatest last night and were wide open to take a L. But Giannis nor Dame could really capitalize. I think they do miss Chris Middleton, I think he's got an ankle injury. I don't know when he'll be back, but being an older team, they're like one of the older teams in the NBA. They got to have all their pieces. They need a young playmaker. They need somebody because Dame is old in
Yeah,
basketball years. So
yeah.
they need somebody that can kind of move the ball and move. Giannis can, but they can put up walls to stop Giannis. He can't do that. And plus, he can't do that for a full 48. So he needs somebody to be able to kind of, get the Bucks at a faster pace because they're so slow and depend so much on both Dame and Giannis. They need Middleton back, but they need Middleton from 2022 back if they could get that. But yeah, that's my most disappointing team because
Oh, for real.
they've lost to Brooklyn. They lost last night to Boston. The only team they've beaten is a Embiid, Paul George-less Sixers, which shouldn't be hard for them. So
Yeah,
the fact that they're struggling so much against teams that they should be easily just torching is not good. So I think Doc Rivers will be on the hot seat pretty soon. Does that mean Darvin Ham moves back or moves up in the pecking order if they get rid of Doc? For their sake, I hope not, because I thought Darvin Ham was a good coach, but
yeah,
seeing the night and day of the Los Angeles Lakers this year,
yeah,
I
yeah.
stand
I mean
corrected.
that for me, that's what really showed it to me. Like I knew he wasn't the best coach in the world, right? But like, I mean, they got pretty much the same roster.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and they look like a legit contender this year. They're not
seriously,
squandering games, they're not blowing leads, and
yeah,
none of that. He's keeping the right guys. JJ's keeping the right guys on the floor at the right times. He's not, I don't know, just thinking he's got to play certain guys a certain amount of minutes or with certain players that don't mix. So he's JJ Redick and Darvin Ham are night and day right now in my book as far as coaching. I like Ham, but no, he's not it. And hopefully the Bucks can they won't get in any of that on them if Doc doesn't work. They need to bump somebody else up
yeah,
as to take the lead role.
yeah,
My most disappointing player so far is a guy that I say is disappointing because he's on the team that my team, the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama has been not what I thought he would be. I know it's early. He had a good game against the Houston Rockets, the home game they had last night. They were getting destroyed. He did help some. I think he was 14 and 20, but they're just pushing him around. He's got to get used to that bulk and he's gonna have to bulk up more because they've kind of found the blueprint to just push him to places he don't want to go. He's going to try to force shots, which is not good if you're not the greatest mid range or 3 point shooter. But they're not letting him in the paint like that. So he's going to have to figure out. Pop's going to have to figure out, and Chris Paul are going to figure out a way to get him closer to the basket and not in post up situation. He ain't a good post up player. Not right now, anyway. So having him post up is just not working. He's getting, like I said, he's getting pushed to places he doesn't want to go. He's having to take bad shots, and the Spurs don't have the offensive weapons needed to really, maximize. He can pass well for a big man, but if you don't have shooters or guys that can score like that, then you're passing just to pass, and when you could have took the shot and missed it, when the guy you're gonna pass it to is gonna miss it. So Victor Wembanyama right now is my most disappointing player so far in the season. So with that said, that's all the topics I actually had for tonight. Do you have any topics you want to talk about? I'm gonna put the link to the panel in here if anybody wants to hop on. We're open to whatever. I'm open to whatever you guys want to talk about.
No, not really. Outside of the ones I sent you,
Okay.
the one
Well, yeah,
time,
we're gonna revisit or visit that defender. I post a video, you post a video. I think in the next couple of weeks we're going to expound on that and have some discussion on Mike and LeBron as defenders, because I think we both have differing opinions on that, and I think we should let the chat hear that and let the chat decide what they think.
Man.
So
there was I kind of forgot what I was just about to say. Damn. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. Well, if you remember, let me know. We'll stay on for a few more. If anybody wants to, like I said, if anybody wants to hop on, if anybody's got anything notable or anything they want to ask or any comments they want to make, hop in the channel. I know it's been we kind of breezed through the topics for tonight. We're down a person, and hopefully we can get some more people on the panel in the upcoming weeks. I'll work on that. But yeah, that's mostly all I have for tonight.
What you think next Tuesday is gonna be looking like? 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be free, but like as far as the topic, do you?
Yeah, I'm open. Just let if you want to do some of the topics you sent me, we can put that on the panel for next week.
Okay.
So I'll add that in, and then if you got any more, we'll do that, because think I'll be available, because I'm gonna talk with you guys. We may have to switch days because my son's basketball high school team starts soon, and Tuesdays probably gonna be bad for me. But I'll let you guys know, what days. Hopefully, you guys can. It'll fit in you guys' schedule.
So I was actually gonna say something about that. So like with my job, right? It about to go into the peak season and stuff for like deliveries and stuff like that. So normally around this time of the year I get real busy. I'm working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. So I think after this week is when it starts too, honestly, because it's it's November. So it's November going to December, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that stuff. So normally I'll be off when that starts. Normally I'll be off Friday and Saturday. I don't know, Friday would be the best day as far as
Okay,
when that
that was
actually starts. That actually works for me. Friday would be the best day.
okay. Fridays will probably work for me if Friday like evenings work like after 8, then that works
Yeah,
fine for me.
that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think next week. So that's I don't know. I don't know. They haven't like said when they haven't like made an announcement when we're gonna start all that yet. But it normally starts like around this time anyway. So
Okay. Well, yeah, just let me know because, like I said, I was going to mention to you guys uh, if there's some days that work better for you because I know Tuesdays are going to be not good for me going forward. So yeah, Friday's it. I can do it like at 8:39 will be fine for me.
okay.
I'll mention it to Big Nige, and we're gonna try to have casual. I don't know. I remember he was on with us last week, and one of the weeks you were on. Try to get him on some more, and we're gonna try to get some other guys, some other people on to try to, just freshen up and have some different perspectives throughout the coming weeks. So I'm working on that. Um, so yeah,
Uh,
nobody in chat. None of you guys want to hop on and got any questions? Got any comments you want to make?
I do got another question though.
Okay.
Um, so I'm probably gonna like okay, so you see like on my channel I'll be uploading here and there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm probably not gonna upload for a while.
Okay.
Reason being, I'm trying to kind of learn like when you watch there's a lot of videos I watch of like, YouTuber NBA YouTubers and they got
Hmm.
um like professionally edited videos, right?
Hmm.
So I'm trying to figure that out. Do you like do you have an editing program or like anything that you use
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah. I can let you know what I use. And some other ones that are pretty good that I've used in the past that will help do. I guess you're trying to put in clips and stuff like that and try to, you know, kind of make it like a video. So yeah, I got some stuff I can shoot you that I use and
Okay.
that works pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I was just curious about that because I'm
Okay.
like the stuff I've made so far is it's pretty like been pretty easy, so it ain't really been
Yeah.
like
I
too
mean,
time consuming or anything like that. But I'm trying to like make you know uh like real good edits
hmm
so I could really like have like a bigger channel.
yeah. I'll share that stuff with you. That's a lot. It's time consuming. I can tell you that. So, uh, but it's fun and yeah. I mean, you're getting there. Like I said, I'm gonna link the channel. You guys check out Sports Talk Only. I'm gonna link the channel in the description and in the comments, so y'all go check his channel out. He's our big time. Him and Big Nige are our big time LeBron fans, so you're gonna see a lot of LeBron talk on there. Are you in the FYF Discord?
I'm not,
Okay, yeah, I've been
but I
in. I've been in there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
but I but I you just mean like going to his channel?
Nah, they got a Discord where you can kind of chat together. They
Yeah,
uh,
no, I ain't never been on there. You just gotta click a link there or something.
Yeah, I'll let me send you that because that's where we watch the games almost every night,
Uh,
and everybody they debate in there all the time.
yeah, no, but I'll be over there though for sure.
Yeah, let me invite you. Okay, I'm gonna put it in. Can you see the private chat?
Uh,
I was gonna put it in the private chat.
yeah, I see it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I'm over there. I'll probably head over there after this, and I'm probably gonna talk the games tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get some of those guys because they stream and talk almost every night. So I'm gonna try to get some of them to
Uh,
hop on the show every now and then.
And then I do got another question because you made a
Yeah.
video
Okay.
that I commented on. Was like, is LeBron's longevity hurting him?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Do you think that him playing this long hurts his career?
What I mean by that is after if he's not playing for a championship, which it for a while didn't seem like it. After 2020, it seemed like they were putting teams together that weren't doing much. I just think the longer he plays, it looks like he's just that pattern. Like if he's not playing to win something, I think that hurts because he's only doing it because he's trying to get to that next accolade or that next you know unreachable stat. And I think that people after a while will see that as most players will try to do that. They'll just stick around to just play longer and get these, get their names in record books, and that's it. I value winning, so that's why I say that it could hurt him if you have people like me that if you're going to play that long and you're supposedly the greatest, you got to be in the conversation for championships and these things, not just 40K and this and those type of things.
Yeah,
Because
but I mean, okay, we all got our own like criteria
yeah,
or whatever, but I disagree. Like he's still playing because he's still good.
yeah, and
Like,
I
and I
think I
don't.
said if he loves the game, then play as long as you want to. You know, just don't use the game for just those accolades. You if he loves it, do it till he's 80. That's fine with me. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, yeah,
I mean, on his podcast, he was like, the only reason why he's still out there is just because he's still good at it. Like he loved the game and he's still good at it. He said when he said he's going to retire when he know he can't fully give himself, when he know he's not good at it no more. He said when he get to that point, he's going to walk away from it. So I kind
and
of think
that's
of it
that's what you should do.
like a like how boxers overstay their welcome
Yeah,
and they be like getting beat up as old men and they be
yeah,
like I can still do it but they can't. That's kind of how I look at it because he could still do it now, not obviously not at the same level he was when he was in his prime, but
yeah. And if he's going to, and my thing was what he was doing and how he was playing was an impact and winning. But now that JJ Reddick's come in, he's kind of switched things up, figured out the best use of LeBron and what he brings. Then now I would retract that statement. If that's how he's going to play and that's how they're going to play him, then the longevity ain't won't hurt him because he's going to be playing for a purpose of he's going to be playing as a key cog on that team and not just the spotlight. And you lose because he's so tired at the end, or they lose because they can't figure it out. But now that they figured it out and he's playing well and he's contributing in a way that constitutes them winning, then yeah, I mean, I would retract that statement. If he continues to play like that, then yeah, I mean, that will help his longevity actually, and that will help his greatness. But him just playing to play and to reach these accolades and things of that nature, and him not impacting them winning like he was before. That's what I meant by that video. That was my main point was if you're
I
just going to
get
look at certain things and try to play this for a certain reason, then
I
that's
get
that's
that.
that's not good.
I get that, but does that only apply to him?
No,
No.
like Mike when he came back for the Wizards, I didn't even watch the Wizards because I understood why he was coming back. He wasn't coming back. He said he was going to try to win championships, but you look at those teams, there was no way he thought that any of those Wizards teams was going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. That was just silly. As good as Mike is, he's not that good. You nobody you could put Wilt in this prime, Shaq, whoever on those Wizards teams, they're not winning. So I that's why I didn't. I don't hold those years against him because what he was trying to do was sell tickets for the team that he was partial owner to. Um, and some of it was ego, but I don't hold those against him because he was doing it for a cause for his team. He wasn't doing it for, and he might have been doing it for some stats and some accolades, but for the most part, I felt he was doing it to get that Wizards team, you know, selling out arenas. But yeah, I mean, I think any player, Vince Carter, I say he played a couple years too late. I'm glad Tim Duncan left when he did because he looked sad that final season. I mean, he
Huh.
was getting blocked by, point guards. So yeah, when guys play, Hakeem played too long. Patrick Ewing played too long.
I get what you're saying, but for me, um, you already know I got him as the GOAT and all that. But
Yeah, yeah,
for me, because his career has been so long, right? Like I was young. Like I wouldn't say that young, but I was young enough to where like I could say I was young when he was on the Heat, right?
hmm
And then now, you know, I'm damn near in my 30s, right? so
well,
so it's like, okay, I've been watching him for a minute.
yeah,
He's still good at it. And for me, I get what you're saying, but like from a entertainment and a fan's perspective, where I could just watch him be this good for this long, I kind of,
I mean it's
you
a
know,
special thing. I mean, it's a great thing. You rarely see any player in any sport still good this long into it. I was in my 20s when he was a rookie. I'm in my 40s. I'm almost my mid 40s right now. So
yeah, that's
that's crazy that
yeah.
I saw him from his rookie year. I remember all the hype, and now he's still there and he's still putting up, solid
hmm
numbers. So I get it.
yeah.
It's amazing to me as a 43-year-old
I
man
just
seeing somebody do what he does.
yeah, and I don't even use that to say that he's the best. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I just admire that because it's like, first of all, I've never seen nothing like that before, and it's just crazy to me how he's been able to sustain it and keep
yeah.
going and still look like a top player and just
I mean, it's that's going to be one of the things he can hang his hat on is the fact that he was an Iron Man throughout his career and was still able to put up all-star numbers even in year 22, where most guys are just glad to get on the court for, a role-playing job. Um, he's able to be a focal point of a team. So I mean, that's, and I'm a big time LeBron hater, but that's impressive to me. Like I said, I could never. When I was 39, I wouldn't be able to run up the court twice.
I
But
would I wouldn't even call you a LeBron hater because I mean, don't you got him like third all time or something like that?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't consider that hate. I mean, I only think it's hate when like I only consider it hate when like you don't hold people to the same standard as him, or you everything he does you try to diminish it. Like you can even though you don't think he's the GOAT, you'll like for instance, uh MJ fans are the best page, or Angry Old Hoops, or a sports tee that'll say something like Kevin Garnett is better than LeBron, or Dwayne Wade is better than LeBron. Like stuff that like we all know is just not true. Like I don't care how you look at it. We all know it's just not true.
yeah. I mean, there might have been points where I would consider them maybe not better, but more impactful in certain
Yeah, I
seasons.
mean,
But
and you can argue
overall,
that, but I'm talking about they're saying they're better players or something
overall,
like that. Yeah,
nah, I couldn't say that. I mean, I had to
like
be
like
real. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
a
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm
a
saying. Like
LeBron.
I don't consider you a LeBron hater just because you don't got him at the top of your list.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I really only consider it as hatred when it's like, you just make asinine statements and you gotta downplay everything he do. Like I understand if we debating it and then you're saying, well, you point out something that he didn't accomplish or
mhm,
didn't do because we're making a differentiation between him and Jordan. That's a different thing than just
yeah.
everything he does, you gotta nitpick it, you gotta downplay it. It's not, what I'm saying. At least you can acknowledge
Yeah,
he's
no,
been
I
great
mean,
and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
no, I mean, I watched much basketball, and I can't, and I don't. Everybody has their own criteria. That's what I'll say. Some of them they see it differently than I do, but numbers don't lie, and there's a reality. He's done things other players haven't and probably can't. So I mean, you got to give him some type of props. Um, like I said, I just can't put him over Kareem and Mike. The losing in the finals and stuff like that just drops him down for me. But overall, I could never say Kevin Garnett was a better player. Um, and you said somebody who I forgot who else you said, but yeah, there's
Just
KG. As good as he is, he technically never led a team to uh, a championship. He wasn't the main guy on the Boston Celtics. It wasn't his team. So, I don't see any place where KG is a better player than LeBron James. So, yeah,
or like they said Wade too. I'm like,
Oh, Wade.
I mean, Wade himself would tell you that he ain't better than LeBron. So I'm not saying he didn't have a point where he was better.
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
talking about if you overall when you I don't think you can really say that. I don't think there's a case to be
Yeah,
made that Wade's a better player than LeBron.
no, I mean, this is where his longevity actually helps him because we've seen these other guys in their waning years and what they were, and LeBron and most of them didn't make as many years as LeBron has, and he hasn't waned as much. I mean, he's waning. He's not what he was, but most of those guys were just shells of themselves when they got to their final year or two, where he's been scoring. He was what 20? He averaged 27 or something last year. So yeah, I can. I mean, there's certain you can argue their impact being on certain teams in certain years and certain times being better than LeBron's, but overall, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because I don't think that's I don't think that's truth to the game. And I hear their reasonings, and I agree with some of it, a lot of it, but sometimes you got to give somebody props. You can't just nitpick every single thing. You really can't. I understand the media and all that stuff, and it exists. Some of that stuff exists, but at the end of the day, he still puts the ball in the basket, and he does it at a higher clip than guys that should be at his level or better at this point in time. So, yeah, I'm not. I call myself a LeBron hater, but I give him his props when he deserves them.
And I think so you don't know for sure if you're gonna be free next Tuesday. You just because I
Next
don't know
week,
for sure either.
I will be free at some point. I just not sure. I think my son has his first. No, it's not next week. So yeah, I should be free next week.
Okay, I may be free, and I think I know what I want to do. I'm gonna email you about that as far as like the
Okay, yeah,
topic and
yeah,
all
that's
that.
cool. Yeah, we'll throw that in there, and hopefully have Big Nige back, and we'll see who else can hop on and discuss that. But yeah, and yeah, I'll send you when we get off on for the email. I'll send you the information about the editing stuff I use,
Okay,
so you can check that out.
all right, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you don't have any other comments, questions, or
No, not right now.
okay,
It's cool.
well, I appreciate you hopping on with me. I thought it was we kind of blew through it, but I thought it was a good show. Hopefully next time we get some people to pop on. I'll see what your your topic is. So We might have to rile up some people.
No, I already emailed it to you. I'm just gonna
Oh,
send
same
send you the
one.
one. Yeah, send you
Yeah,
one of
okay.
them, the one that I sent. So
Okay, yeah. So I'm sure that'll be some interesting opinions on that. Is
mhm.
the playoff one?
Nah.
The I forgot what the other one was, but I'll look it back up. But yeah, I think I remember now. It's about should yeah, I know. So yeah, we'll discuss that one. I'm sure there will be some people that want to pop in to talk about that. I'm sure. And like I said, Big Nine should be back, so I'm sure he'll voice his opinions and some other people. So yeah, so we should be back next week, everybody. Like I said, some things may change over the next couple months because of high school basketball, but we're gonna try to get at least one live stream out. If it's weekends work good for me too. I don't know about you, but I can do some weekends, but Friday will work. So I'll talk to Big Nine and see if we can get together on Fridays and just do a little something. I got something else I want to ask you guys, so I'll put that in an email and we can discuss that. But other
Okay.
than that, appreciate you guys coming on. I know we had a few people stay with us for a little while. Didn't have many comments tonight, but we appreciate you just being here, helping us with that watch time. Once again, like I said, we'll be back next week. So if you want to check us out again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Myself, Big Nine Sports Talk, we're trying to build this up, trying to get to that, get to where we can, partner up with YouTube and do some things. So. Um, Hope you guys will enjoy or have enjoyed, and we'll be back. So, any parting words you got, or anything you want to plug?
Uh, nah, but hopefully I'm free next week, and
Okay, okay.
should
Well,
be a fun
like I said,
situation.
anytime you're available, you'll be on with us, so we can, keep talking this basketball. So, with that, we're going to end tonight, and we will be back next Tuesday, hopefully, same time and same crew. So, talk to you then, and be back soon.